Good afternoon and welcome to another epic webinar series on wellness, an important issue affecting the young population in India. I'm Shankar Raj, President of HEAL Foundation. It gives me immense pleasure on World Health Day to announce a collaboration between HEAL Health and India Health Link.
It's 14 hours.
Foundation to spread the message of wellness across the country. This is a mission dedicated to ensure health awareness and healthcare reaches every corner of India. In fact, in a recent show on Health for All, a survey released by IHL had showed how obesity, blood pressure, and other lifestyle ailments are alarmingly rising in metros across India. It is to address these critical issues that this fortnightly 90-minute series called The Wellness Matters Show is being launched. Key experts from diverse fields will address issues like mental health, women's health, nutrition, heart health, employee health, yoga and fitness, and other current and emerging topics in India and across the world. Coming to the partnership, IHL Care Digital Health Center is the first of its kind integrated heart health program that complements corporate wellness, providing customized health solutions. The H-Pod, brought by IHL, is a self-service ATM-size health solution. It is capable of screening 20 plus essential vital parameters, including key parameters like blood pressure, temperature, body mass composition, pulse, SpO2, and ECG without, I emphasize, without any paramedic assistance. HEAL Foundation is dedicated to spreading the right message on health issues. HEAL has so far held over 7 national conventions, workshops, and over 300 regional workshops. During COVID, HEAL was quick enough to switch to digital space, and so far we held numerous workshops. HEAL Foundation weekly show, Health for All, is a big success, and so far 25 shows have been held and the journey continues. HEAL's brainchild is Dr. Swadeep Srivastava. Dr. Satyendra Goel is the founder and CEO of India Health Link, world's first consumer-centric health and wellness platform. He has spent over 15 years in the healthcare ecosystem in various roles, including Chief Science Officer at Colibra, a data intelligence company, medical school faculty at Northwestern University, and as an advisor to several healthcare companies. He has filed more than 10 patents and is a serial entrepreneur with the latest exit in patient privacy technology startup. I now invite Dr. Satyendra Goel to make his presentation.
Thanks, Shankarji, and hi, everyone. So I'm going to echo the same thing which Shankarji have just said. Let me share my screen quickly. So I'll not take much time, just to emphasize the same fact that today corporates, corporate employees which are going to office all the way young age, 20, all the way up to 45 to 60 years, we are seeing an emerging trend where the hypertension, the obesity are becoming more and more paramount. And so for that reason, the Wellness Matters by IHL Care is our series and our mission and initiative to be able to reach out, send that message across to all those employees and the corporates to be able to take care of them, because that is very crucial. And the reason, the challenges which we see corporates are facing today, that most of the corporates allow annual health checkup, but that's not enough. The employees have to do regular health screening, at least the blood pressures and the normal screenings, which are simply vital screenings. And the second part is the absence of integrated health and wellness infrastructure. Just having the vital screening done, we are still lacking the things like the mental health, behavioral health, and the things which are very crucial for wellness, for an overall wellness of an individual. And that absence of that ecosystem increases the absenteeism. It impacts the productivity of employees, And ultimately, corporates also lose in terms of the revenue and the morale of the employees. So what we are bringing to the table as an IHL Care is an intelligent personal health account for all the employees, where they can not only do teleconsultation with clinical professionals, they can order medicine, they can request labs, full access to IHL Marketplace, which includes fitness classes, diet consultation. Even if you want, you can order healthy food. Employees can keep track of their routine activities, like what do you eat on daily basis. They can keep track of what kind of exercises do you do. They can participate in curated challenges and earn rewards. So it's like a gamification, peer-to-peer ecosystem, and then get customized alerts about their food habits, because based on the personal healthcare awareness themselves, it gives you that personal message. And to be able to do that, we have 3 pillars of our offering. IHL Health Kiosk, which is HPod. It's made in India, one of its kind ecosystem built on the largest US healthcare platform. It's an award-winning self-service walk-in health kiosk where individuals can perform around 20 plus non-invasive medical tests, including blood pressure and 6-slit ECG, without any assistance. We have our mobile and web app, what we call a personal health account, which is free to join for all the employees. There they can get their health score, and we send them daily health tips via push notifications for further engagement. All of these data which we capture from the kiosk is unified, and you can get all of those screenings, whatever is being done via our app. The third and the most crucial piece, as we were talking about, once individuals know about their personalized healthcare, they can now, based on their needs, not everybody's needs are same, they are customized to individuals, they can go to our marketplace and basically avail any services, whether it's clinical, non-clinical, all the services based on their needs. We also provide employers a real-time analytical dashboard in terms of how IHL Care adoption and how this wellness impact we are bringing is changing the healthcare aggregate in their organization. So if you adopt an IHL Care platform today, we can tell you what was the baseline of your employees and how we are improving on daily basis that health impact and how does that impact their bottom line. So in nutshell, if you look into the user journey on our platform, it's a 3C principle we follow: collect, collate, consult. So kiosk allows them to do their vital screening. Sorry, there was if everybody can mute. So kiosk allows everyone to get their vitals done in 3 to 5 minutes time. The IHL app, which is their health account, gets them all of the data into one place. And based on the customized, personalized recommendations on our platform, they can go to the marketplace and can avail services. So what are we talking about today? The launch of Wellness Matters by IHL Care. It's to focus on health issues of individuals, where we have expert panelists who are going to, which are covering this wellness ecosystem, all parts of the wellness ecosystem, and they're going to talk about pressing health issues, so people can learn from them and can follow those on regular basis. It's a very short program. We are doing it weekly. It's 90 minutes every Thursday from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And in this short program, we are going to provide value content for everyone. So I would recommend everyone should join, including myself. I will follow. Everybody should join this program and listen to this advice from these health experts who are prominent in their own field. And then we even if we can adopt some of those recommendations of value, it will be a good addition to everybody's life. Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you, Dr. Goyal. I think it was a wonderful, brief presentation. And now I will set the ball rolling. Now, this is an inaugural show where we will take expert opinion on wellness based on what Dr. Satyendra Goyal had just said. So you can just be brief, about 2-3 minutes. You can probably give your views. I will straight away move on to Dr. Amitabh Banerjee. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Professor Amitabh Banerjee. Nice to have you on our show again.
Good afternoon. It's a
It's
pleasure.
always wonderful to share your thought with us and our thought with you. But I think your views on wellness, especially in the light of what the COVID and the lockdown, and how wellness is important for the young generation, office goers especially.
It is. Thank you, Mr. Shankar. Always a pleasure to interact on this platform. So it's a very important thing. Actually, we had collected data also, and we have published also. And across different continents, we have found the people with obesity and are more vulnerable to this particular virus, and it can be any other future viruses also. And there have been studies which have established that the physical fitness, which includes physical activity and lack of anxiety and control of obesity, can reduce the risk from the present pandemic up to 70%. It gives more than 70% protection against fatality or severe disease. So that is as good as a vaccine, as additional vaccine, one can say. Vaccine gives 90%, then after 3 months, the vaccine immunity comes down to 70%, then 50%. But if you are, that can be additional. But if you, as I keep telling people, that vaccine is necessary, but may not be sufficient to prevent severe disease. So you have to take care of your physical health, and particularly the younger generation. Younger generation, nowadays we have done surveys also. We found the younger generation are not taking care of the health, particularly who are in the software. They have got desk jobs. Throughout the day, they are in the desk jobs. And there is a increasing prevalence of obesity, particularly obesity. And along with obesity, they are associated vulnerable to diabetes and hypertension. And a lack of physical activity. Daily, the recommended physical activity is daily 30 minutes of brisk exercise, which gives you light sweat according to your capacity, minimum 30 minutes a day. Besides that, adequate intake of fruits and vegetables. That is about 5 helpings a day. Each helping should be about 70 grams. And thirdly, good sleep. Then fourthly, avoid tobacco. And fifthly, moderate alcohol. Avoid alcohol, preferably if moderation is alcohol. And of course, control your sugar intake, because now the sugar is taken as the new smoking. And that's all, I think. And a healthy diet, as varied, avoid the fast food. So that lifestyle can take care of a lot of acute communicable disease problems, susceptible to communicable disease, as well as in the long run, it will give you protection from heart disease, from diabetes, from arthritis, and a host of other things.
Thank you, Dr. Banerjee. We'll come back. Of course, I'll take these views across to nutritionists and others and also. But before I move on to Dr. Pandav, I think there is a message saying that Mr. Rajiv Tikku would like to leave early because he has some engagement. So I would request my co-host, Kishore Malviya, to ask the question to him. Kishore, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Rajiv Tikku, आप हैं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Shankar, and thank you, Mr. Malviya.
राजीव जी, आप जर्नलिस्ट हैं, डेस्क वर्क भी होता है, रिपोर्टिंग भी होती है, बाहर भी जाना होता है. ऐसे में जर्नलिस्ट के साथ देखा जाता है कि वो अपने हेल्थ पर ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. आपका क्या पर्सपेक्टिव है और क्या वेलनेस मंत्र है अपने कलीग के लिए, बाकी लोगों के लिए?
Thank you, Kishorji. You know probably media better than I know, and Mr. Shankar also. While media is good at preaching and doing lots of communication, but I think there are 2 or 3 areas probably we need to focus on better. One is that what we preach.
Rajiv, you're not visible. Can you switch on your video?
Sir, I'm somewhere out. It will be
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Huh?
No problem.
So coming back to Kishorji, what you said is that media is very good at preaching, but probably we need to do a bit of practicing also internally, because what happens, our society sees it, our families see it, and our children see it. And being a role model in terms of communication is very fine, but unless we show it ourselves, by practice, it doesn't really carry much impact in our own vicinity. That's part one. Part two, secondly, while we have this excuse about that, I would call them only excuses about that we have a high pressure job and we don't have timing, and with the digital media and all that, we're very busy. But having said that, if we first prioritize our health, then everything else follows. Now, that's a question of, is a paradigm shift in our thinking. Unless we do that bit of thinking internally, it's not going to help. Thirdly, what we also need to look at is in terms of what we do professionally in terms of communication. While as we do typically, as Indian media is, as you know better, we have beats and all that. But having said that, there is generally, health is considered as soft beat, which the star journalists don't take up generally. Probably we need to look at as a society that health is the most important thing. If we go back to the World Health Day theme also today, it says our planet, our health. The point is that look at it in a holistic manner and also communicate that in terms of whether we're looking at our work and health, or health and work, or health and life. Those are areas we need to address. Because when we look at it in a holistic manner, we also understand that we need to address issues like clean water, energy, air, safe, and nutritious food also. So it's not a very vertical kind of an approach, but a very horizontal approach where we need to look at health in a very holistic manner. Just to give one small example, I was doing a bit of Googling and coming up with some interesting figures. In COVID-19, which may interest our fellow speakers who are, of course, they're experts and they know better than I know lots of things. But just to highlight this figure, when we're still suffering with COVID and we're still not out of it, unfortunately, there was a study done which said that if we follow a one health system which takes care of planet's health, human health, and the interaction and wildlife also, it would cost us hardly US $3 billion. But in terms of saving, it will help us save $37 billion overall, which means $34 billion can be saved from lesser epidemics and pandemics alone. And this is a very credible study done internationally. So the point I'm coming to is that we need to look at the cost of inaction on health rather than action on health. That will help us probably to get the priority right. So those are areas which media needs to understand and also sensitize itself. And that is where I would say that role of organizations like Health for All, my friend Dr. Sleep Srivastava has been doing excellent work. And I'm really happy that IHL here has also come on board on this. So probably we need to focus more on creating awareness on health communication, which demystifies the issues, simplifies them, and relates them to day-to-day life rather than bigger issues like climate change. So Kishorji, we need to look at it in that way and sensitize ourselves to communicate better. That's very important for us. And lastly, I would like to say that we also need to steer clear of infodemia, which we've seen earlier happening, that infodemic issues have come up. There's lots of communication related to COVID, which people were not even able to demystify. We just did it for the sake of communicating in best interest, but it doesn't work. It has to be targeted, it has to be focused, it has to be specialized communication. So I'll just stop here rather than keep go on talking about it, in case I think that makes some sense to you. Could also talk on more issues.
थैंक यू मिस्टर राजीव टिक्कू, बहुत अच्छा कहा, वेल सेड कि आपने कहा कि मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है वो भी एक बीमारी है. थैंक यू राजीव. ओवर टू यू मिस्टर शंकर.
Thank you, Kishore. I will move on to our senior friend and also Dr. Pandav, Professor C.S. Pandav, President ICCA IDD. I think Dr. Pandav, can you briefly comment on what Dr. Banerjee had said about, health, reducing obesity is as good as having a vaccine? Dr. Pandav?
Namaskaram. Today is the World Health Day, 7th April 2022, and the theme is One Health, One World. I'm so happy that Rajiv Tikku was my previous speaker because he came to my office day before yesterday. Rajiv has written a very good book on forest lanterns. He has edited this Forest Lanterns. Rajiv, now you have to edit the next book on wellness matters. Wellness matters. So that's my first point.
Thanks, sir.
We must understand that health is not mainly an issue of doctors, social services, and hospitals. Health is an issue of social justice that we must understand. Point number 2. Point number 3, is first, we are using the word wellness. The traditional definition of the World Health Organization is health is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease or deformity. Actually, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and Swadip Srivastava got an article I written many years last year on wellness. There are 8 dimensions of wellness: physical, intellectual, environmental, emotional, financial, social, spiritual, and occupational. 8 dimensions of health. Now, physical is recognizing the need for physical activity, diet, sleep, and nutrition, which Dr. Amitabh Banerjee covered very well. But I want to bring to your notice there is an intellectual dimension which recognizes the creative abilities and findings and ways to expand knowledge and skills. That's number 2. Number 3 is environmental, good health by occupying pleasant, stimulating environments. That's about well-being. Number 4 is emotional, coping effectively with life and creating satisfying relationship. This was grossly distorted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Next is financial, satisfaction with current and future financial solutions. The 6th one is social, developing a sense of connection, belonging, and well-developed support system, which was very vital in pandemic of COVID-19. 7th is spiritual, expanding our sense of purpose and meaning in life. And 8th is occupational, personal satisfaction and enrichment derived from one's work. So we have to revisit the definition of the World Health Organization and think about the 8 dimensions of wellness that matters. Thank you very much, Shankar.
Thank you, Dr. Pandav. I think from the next speaker, I'll invite Dr. Sadiq Azam, consultant cardiology, KIMS Hospital, Hyderabad. He's been on our show before also. Dr. Sadiq, your views on wellness, especially in connection with what Dr. Satyanath Goel said about BP and obesity increasing in metros, Hyderabad also being a major metro.
Yes, sir. Thank you once again to the entire HEAL Foundation for having me here and be a part of your meet once again. Thank you once more. It's always a pleasure to be here. So, obesity is probably, we are out of the COVID pandemic, probably just emerging out. Precautions are still necessary, but obesity is a pandemic that is come and it's established its home amongst us, and it's probably here to stay for a long time. And the thing is, obesity doesn't come alone. It brings with it its co-fellows, hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, and dyslipidemia, and the entire gamut of everything that we are afraid of. So there is a very strong, very established link between obesity and hypertension, obesity and sleep apnea, obesity and heart disease, obesity and diabetes. So if there is one take home that people have to take from this, they should probably take this from the meet, that, you know, the biggest thing that they have to be afraid of is obesity. Being overweight, being obese is nothing to be proud of. We are seeing a lot of things on social media saying that, you know, I am in shape, round is a shape. So I'm proud of the fact that I have a round body, and I have to, you know, it doesn't matter what I look like. Well, yes, in a way, it's important that you don't go around body shaming people, but at the same time, it's also important that you realize that there is something wrong with you, and you need to take steps to correct it. You just cannot say that, you know, I am obese, so what? Well, you're obese, so you're going to land up with a lot of issues if you don't take steps to correct it. That should be the message that should go out. This is in no way trying to, you know, promote the culture of saying that only those who are lean and slim are healthy. Absolutely not. There is something known as BMI, your weight relative to your height. Try to stay within that good number of BMI. Probably for an Indian population, even around 23 to 25 can be acceptable, even though 21 BMI is what we target most of the times, but in our population even around 23-25 is will be okay. But we see a lot of people who are in the 30 plus range, BMI of 30 plus, and that is not at all acceptable. You need to realize that there is a problem. You need to take steps to correct that problem, and every one of us has to work at our health, at our fitness. It is imperative, and it should be a prerogative for each and every one of us, because our health is our responsibility. We cannot say that nobody gave us time to take care of our health. Nobody is going to give you time. We have to make time out for ourselves to take care of our health, and that should be our prime responsibility. Otherwise, we are going to land up with diseases like hypertension, diabetes, sleep apnea, and heart disease at an early age.
Thank you, Dr. Something that's wonderfully put, I think. And you're dealing with this particular pandemic of obesity, especially when you see heart patients coming with very truncal obesity that they have. I have just got a message saying that Ms. Shagun has to leave early. Shagun Singhal has to leave early. So I'll ask Kishore to ask his Question to Ms. Shagun Singhal. Kishore.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ms. Shagun Singhal, आप मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर हैं, कॉलमनिस्ट हैं, और मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर होने की वजह से आपको लोग ज़्यादा सुनते हैं, जल्दी कन्विंस होते हैं आपसे. आपका क्या ख्याल है, वेलनेस मंत्र क्या है?
Have we lost her?
Ms. Shagun?
Can you unmute yourself, Ms. Shagun Singhal? Please unmute. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
आपने मेरा सवाल सुन लिया?
Yes, हाँ जी, मैंने आपका सवाल पूरा सुना. Thank you, Kishore ji, for that question. Very valid. Thank you, Dr. Shankar and HEAL team, for having me on board. You are family, and I'm very happy to be here today. आपने बहुत सही सवाल पूछा. अब हम कोविड से ऑलमोस्ट बाहर आ गए हैं. Let's be positive. It still exists, but it's better to say. It feels better when we say कि कोविड का एक फेज ऑलमोस्ट डरावना वाला फेज खत्म हो गया है. That sounds better than saying we are still staying in COVID. I can see the smiles when I'm saying that. Wellness, as a motivational speaker, of course, we have practitioners, we have experts here who are going to share, who have shared so many opinions on different kinds of wellness, कैसे उसे maintain किया जा सकता है. A lot of facts are already known to people. What I will talk about is wellness कहाँ पे dip करती है. As human beings, greed, anxiousness, anger, lust, worry, fear. I think ये सारे symptom हैं जो हम सबको होंगे. These are all symptoms we human beings go through willpower, जो इन symptoms को conquer कर लेते हैं एक एक करके, वो एक वेलनेस की स्टेट में आ जाते हैं. बिकॉज द टाइम वी आर ग्रीडी, वी ईट मोर, वी बिकम ओबीस. सो बाय एंड प्रोडक्ट्स जो वेलबींग डिप होने के हैं, दोज आर प्योरली बिकॉज ऑफ दीज फैक्टर्स. सो एज पीपल वी रियली नीड टू फोकस कि हम कितने बड़े विक्टिम हैं इन फैक्टर्स को लेके, जैसे ग्रीड, एंगर. मैं आऊंगी 3 kinds of wellness पे. Emotional. How do you maintain your emotional wellness, well-being? Most important, are we managing our emotions? When somebody says something to us, at the dip of a second, do we feel bad and we fall into a low state? And उस low state में जाने से हमारा wellness level dip हो जाता है. And it's linked to X, Y, Z diseases. Of course, the doctors can talk more about that. We don't express our feelings. I'm a motivational speaker. I will talk about wellness in the area where I have seen my clients and specifically a lot of friends who've come up who were not expressing earlier and were living a very low state life. And when they were taught how to express well, of how to speak their hearts out, that is the time their wellness, emotional wellness level started maintaining. किशोर जी, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही. We all think before we speak. कई बार free flowing speech एक अच्छे wellness levels ले आता है. We have to take care of others. कंपैशन, हम बात करते हैं इमोशनल वेलनेस की, इट्स अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ आई, मेरे साथ क्या होगा, व्हाट विल आई गेट, व्हाट विल आई बेनिफिट फ्रॉम. लेट्स रिवर्स द साइकिल. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट जस्ट फीडिंग बर्ड्स इन द मॉर्निंग. थोड़ा सा एक प्लेट में खाना लेके आप अपनी बालकनी पे या अपने लॉन में चिड़ियाओं को खाना खिलाइए. जस्ट सी हाउ योर डे गोज. You're seeing a dog on the road, don't waste that one bite of chapati. Carry it in your bag. Just give it to that dog. Give, give, give. Compassion can elevate one's emotional wellness being. That's emotional wellness. Let me come to something which is very, very, very crucial, which is like, it's a very important part of me, maintaining mental health. Loved ones. It was a stage of COVID. We all were disconnected with our loved ones. We lost our loved ones. I personally lost a lot of family members in my family. कोई नहीं imagine कर सकता था. All of us did. We went through that phase. Connections. That initiative of connecting with your loved ones.
It's 14:30.
And dropping a message that, hey, I want to meet you. I want to catch up for a cup of coffee with you. कई बार हम दूसरों का ही वेट करते रह जाते हैं जिंदगी में, और इतने में हमारे जो वेलनेस लेवल्स होते हैं वो सेम ही रहते हैं.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छे ढंग से आपने बताया कि कैसे वेलनेस का क्या तरीका होना चाहिए. शगुन जी, बहुत बहुत, हमारे पास टाइम कम है, हम आपसे लगातार बात करते रहेंगे. अब आगे हम डॉक्टर मोहित गुप्ता से बात करते हैं. डॉक्टर मोहित गुप्ता प्रोफेसर कार्डियोलॉजी हैं जीबी पंत हॉस्पिटल में. डॉक्टर साहब, आपका क्या वेलनेस मंत्र है?
देखिए, किसी ने बहुत सुंदर कहा है कि अजीब मुकाम पर आकर रुका है काफिला जिंदगी का, लोग सब कुछ बटोरने में लगे हैं खाली हाथ जाने के लिए.
वाह.
So our wellness is actually gone because of our own mindset. So मेरा मानना है कि wellness is a mindset. देखिए, आज मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहूंगा और केवल 5 छोटे छोटे मंत्र दूंगा अगले 1 मिनट 2 मिनट के अंदर, कि जब हम डिजीज वर्ड की बात करते हैं तो डिजीज वर्ड 2 शब्दों से बना है, डिस और ईज. यानी जब इजीनेस हमारी लाइफ से बोथ फिजिकली एंड मेंटली चली जाती है तब हम बीमार हो जाते हैं. देखिए, ध्यान रखिएगा, बीमारी कभी शरीर पर बाद में आएगी, लेकिन सबसे पहले वो हमारे मन को बीमार करती है. कोविड को देखिए, कोविड ने 1% पर असर डाला एक्चुअली पॉपुलेशन, लेकिन 99% लोग एंजाइटी और स्ट्रेस से अफेक्ट हुए. तो ये माइंडसेट और वो हमारी वेलनेस को कंप्लीटली डिस्ट्रॉय कर गया. दैट इज व्हाई वेलनेस का जो जेनेसिस है वो बाहर से नहीं होता है. वो अच्छी एक्सरसाइजेस, अच्छी न्यूट्रिशनल डाइट, अच्छी सब चीजें हम खाते हैं ना, उससे वेलनेस नहीं होगा. हम बहुत अच्छी तरह सोए, उससे वेलनेस नहीं होगा. वेलनेस का आरंभ होता है हमारे अच्छे संकल्प और श्रेष्ठ संकल्पों से. तो आज मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूंगा, जो पहला मंत्र वो हमारी लाइफ में कोविड से भी ज्यादा जो हमको इन्फेक्ट कर चुका है दोस्तों, वो आज आप सबको समझना होगा. वो है हमारी लाइफ में 2 शब्द, आई एम बिजी एंड आई डोंट हैव टाइम. अगर कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट से बात करो, गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजिस्ट से बात करो, नेफ्रोलॉजिस्ट से बात करो, न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट से बात करो, हर व्यक्ति भाग रहा है, दौड़ रहा है, एक्सीलेटर दबाकर. सवेरे बी कॉम्प्लेक्स की गोली के साथ हमारी लाइफ चलती है और रात को नींद की गोली के साथ ब्रेक लग जाता है. तो इसलिए सबसे पहले बिजी हूं, जल्दी करो. आप जितना भी कोशिश कर लीजिए, जिम जा रहे हैं तो भी बिजी हूं, खाना खा रहे हैं तो भी बिजी हूं, रात को 2-2 बजे खाना खा रहे हैं और अच्छी न्यूट्रिशियस डाइट खा रहे हैं, उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं. तो अगर वेलनेस क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, पहला मंत्र, अपनी लाइफ में से बिजी वर्ड को डिलीट करें. मैंने पिछले 25 सालों में ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड ट्रैवल किया, सब जगह लेक्चर्स दिए, लेकिन कभी भी अपने साथ बिजी कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट का वर्ड एसोसिएट नहीं. इस बिजी वर्ड को अपनी लाइफ में एक शब्द से चेंज कर दीजिए, बी इजी इन माई लाइफ. इस बिजी वर्ड के अंदर एक और शब्द है, बी इजी, अर्थात बाहर से आप बिजी हैं लेकिन मन मेरा बहुत इजी. फर्स्ट मंत्र. द सेकंड मंत्र जो आज मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा वो ये है कि नथिंग इज गोइंग टू चेंज इन योर लाइफ इफ यू डोंट चेंज एनीथिंग. हम लेक्चर सुनते रहेंगे, बड़े बड़े मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स हैं, हम बातें भी सुनते रहेंगे, लेकिन दोस्तों परिवर्तन का आरंभ हमारे माइंडसेट, दैट मींस इट बिगिंस विद आवर ओन थॉट्स. अगर आज आप लोग डिसाइड करते हैं आई हैव टू चेंज, दैट इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द चेंज इन योर लाइफ. द सेकंड मंत्र. तो इफ यू हैव टू ब्रिंग द चेंज, शाम को ये मत कहिएगा कि हील फाउंडेशन का बहुत अच्छा वेबिनार हुआ और वो आपके लिए बहुत अच्छा था. नहीं, वो मेरे लिए था. आई हैव टू ट्रांसफॉर्म माई लाइफ. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और थर्ड चीज जो मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज सेल्फ केयर. आज हम एज डॉक्टर्स, एज हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स कितने लोगों का ख्याल रखते हैं, लेकिन दोस्तों वी कैन नॉट पोर फ्रॉम अ एम्प्टी कप. अगर हम अपना केयर नहीं ध्यान रखेंगे, सेल्फ केयर यानी अपने लिए समय निकालना. मुझे कई बार उन लोगों पर दया आती है, डॉक्टर्स या ऐसे लोगों के ऊपर जो कहते हैं मेरे को अपने लिए टाइम नहीं. जिस चीज के लिए हम कार्य कर रहे हैं, अगर उसी के लिए हमको टाइम नहीं है, भोजन खाने का टाइम नहीं है, देन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ लाइफ आर वी लिविंग? सो सेल्फ केयर इज अ प्रायोरिटी. आज के समय में ये बहुत आवश्यक है कि हमको अपने मन का ख्याल रखना है, अपने शरीर का ख्याल रखना, यानी मन को अच्छा सोचना सीखना. My fourth mantra to you, which is very important, is balance is the key. Balance is the key. प्रोफेशनल और पर्सनल लाइफ में बैलेंस बहुत आवश्यक है दोस्त. आप जितना भी करें, भागते रहें, सब जगह करते रहें, लेकिन अपनी पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ को बैलेंस करें. आज 45 इयर्स हुआ है मेरी लाइफ के अंदर, हमने कभी भी अपना रात का डिनर until I am operating or traveling हम मिस नहीं करते. फैमिली के साथ कनेक्ट होना चाहिए. हाई टेक लाइफ को जो आज हमने बनाई है, उसको हाई टच लाइफ से रिप्लेस करिए. दोस्तों, टेक्नोलॉजी हमारी लाइफ को गवर्न ना करे, हमारा टच हमारी लाइफ को गवर्न करे, तो वेलनेस वापस आएगा. और लास्ट मैसेज जो मैं आपको देना चाहूंगा दोस्तों, वेलनेस एक दिन में नहीं आता. चेंज इज नॉट एन इवेंट, चेंज इज अ प्रोसेस. आपको अपनी जिंदगी को उस प्रोसेस में डालना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू क्रिएट दोज वाइब्रेशंस, योर थॉट्स इन योर माइंड. अगर आप सोचेंगे एक बारी मैंने सुन लिया और सब चेंज हो जाएगा, नहीं. यू हैव टू डू दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इन योर माइंड. और इन सब के लिए डाइट, एक्सरसाइज और रेस्ट को आपको चेंज करना है. शरीर के लिए भी अच्छी डाइट, जो हम स्मार्ट हार्ट डाइट कहते हैं, और मन के लिए भी अच्छी डाइट, यानी अच्छे संकल्प. शरीर के लिए भी एक्सरसाइज रोज करनी है. रोज 1 घंटा वॉक करेंगे तो 1 घंटा उम्र में जुड़ेगा. लेकिन मन को भी अच्छा सोचना, सकारात्मक सोचना, नेगेटिविटी से हटाना सिखाना. और लास्ट है रेस्ट, अर्थात शरीर को भी आराम देना है. लेकिन शरीर सोता है तो मन को भी आराम, यानी मेडिटेशन कराकर सुलाना बहुत आवश्यक है. देन वी कैन क्रिएट होलिस्टिक वेलनेस इन आवर लाइफ.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब. बहुत अच्छा 5 पॉइंट कार्यक्रम, 5 सूत्री कार्यक्रम आपने दिए, सबको फॉलो करना चाहिए. अब मैं एडमिन से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वेलनेस वीडियो चलाएं. प्लीज ऑडियो चेक करें. एडमिन प्लीज ऑडियो चेक करें.
It's not audible.
No.
Admin.
Dr. Desai is not audible.
I guess we can continue with next speaker. In the meanwhile, I'll check the audio.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Shankar.
Thank you. Thank you. I will now move on to Ms. Manjari Chandra, founder Manjari Wellness. Ms. Manjari, I think you heard Dr. Mohit and wonderful mantras that he had mentioned. But I would just like to ask you a provoking question. Obesity, as he said, does not set in overnight. It's a gradual process. So as a nutritionist and as a wellness expert, would you actually go in for a harsher message of, say, banning fast foods, say, in schools and in workplace, especially in the IT sector? Your thoughts?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Shankar. Thank you for the question. हाँ, अगर आप मुझसे कहेंगे तो मैं तो I can pass a law पूरी तरह से. I'd love to pass a legislature which does not allow sale of any form of packaged food, especially where there are children involved, because you're shaping up the future of a country, of a planet with something which definitely is not needed in their lives. Having said that, it is not so simple. We understand that there is a lot in that ecosystem that needs to be taken care of. However, what went wrong, I think, Shankarji, is that the communication that we need to do with our children at the level of going to their intelligence is not happening properly. A lot of advertising, a lot of perception building, a lot of things that are being told to people who are impressionable minds has not been the right things that should have been told. And therefore, I think we have an opportunity to go and actually talk to our people, our children, at the level of where they can understand and make them, sort of do small sessions with them, do small activities with them, take them back and let them make their own intelligent choices. So banning would be, or stopping the sale would be one part of it, but that legislature would probably not happen. What can happen is that as individuals, as families, as parents, as society, as community, we develop a sense of intelligence in our own children and give them the option of choosing the right things, which, by the way, they are very capable of doing. They are more evolved than we are. So that is something that we can do much better. We really lack at that bit, I think. We've not put in our efforts at that particular level. But the last bit that I want to add here is that the impact of anything that is processed and packaged and has, unnecessary toxins like emulsifiers, stabilizers, chemical additives to it is huge in terms of not just, affecting the children right away by seeing them grow obese and become lethargic and lazy, but it also has long-term impacts on various chronic diseases that we know of, ranging all the way not just from diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, but also neurological disorders, autoimmune conditions, So, and a generation that does not have the amount of efficiency it should have because it has been pulled down by ill health. So the impact is huge. I think the opportunity is to address our children correctly and to get into that communication.
Well said, Manjari. I think that's right. But I was of course not mentioning about a harsher measure of a legislation on this. But I think schools and IT companies do have a responsibility to see that whomever they're teaching or whomever they're grooming, they don't become obese. So I was just thinking of a social responsibility that would come in from schools. And
I think that is already happening. Organizations, whether they are corporates, whether they are schools, they are already trying to take those corrective measures so that their employees, their children, people who come into their premises have an opportunity to eat much healthier and are not, just dependent on these convenience food or fast food, as you said.
Yeah, because the survey by IHL has also shown that, this particular population growing huge, obese population growing huge, especially in the IT sector. I would now request the admin to play the video of which the audio was not audible. Admin, please play the video. I think we have a problem again. I think we'll come back later, Dr. Ankit, sometime later, because we have a lot of speakers. Yeah, okay. Still not audible. I think that problem of audio is still continuing. Are you able to hear me, Kishore?
I can hear you, but not.
No, I mean the video.
Yes, no, sir.
Okay. I will now we'll play the video later on. I'll now move on to Dr. Neha Gupta. Dr. Neha Gupta, can you unmute yourself and on the video also?
But audio ja nahi raha, I don't know why.
It's okay. We'll come later on. Dr. Neha Gupta.
में चलता था अभी सिस्टम चेंज हुआ. I don't know इसमें क्यों इशू आ रहा है.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Dr. Neha Gupta, can we see you also, because you're not visible, your video is not playing, or do you have a problem?
Is it my visible?
Yeah, now you're visible. Yes. I was told that you had to leave early, so I'm coming to you first. So you are actually, infectious physician, senior physician, infectious diseases at Fortis Gurgaon. Now, I just would like to have a straight question.
And I'm the founder of Swasth Infectious Diseases Clinic, which is the first ID clinic in Delhi NCR.
So my question will be right on that. Now, I would like to ask you, are people who are obese, more prone to infectious diseases? And those who have infectious diseases, do they recover faster if they're not obese?
Yeah, absolutely. Now we also have the science saying that anybody who has a higher BMI has a higher chances of all the various infections. So this is something which is very common. It's metabolic syndrome. So people with high BMI, especially if it is between 25, 30 or much higher, even during the COVID times, they have had higher mortality. Obesity was one of the risk factors for mortality during COVID-19, and also is a risk factor for various infectious diseases. So very important. I think one of the most important for maintaining our health and wellness is also to have a good, healthy body. And that then subsequently also results in good mental well-being as well.
That's wonderful. I think so. The mantras that Dr. Mohit said was, it's extremely important, absolutely important.
Very impressed with Dr. Mohit. I think he really said the crux in just 5 points. Very, very nice.
But he also had an asterisk there. He said at the end of the show, people say, yeah, it was a wonderful show, and we forget about all that. So that's a problem that we have. Yeah, I will. Thank you, Lakshya. I will now move on to a different sphere altogether. I will come to Maher Munjal, yoga expert. Maher, are you there with us? Glad to see you again.
Yes, hello, hi, namaste.
Hi.
How is everybody doing?
Thank you. Now, I would just ask a straight question to you regarding how can yoga help rather in checking obesity? Briefly, you can mention.
Yeah. So,
or wellness also.
Yeah. So, of course, I do have, a couple of people coming to me, my clients who are on the heavier side, yoga is a slow process, but it's a consistent process, and it works with diet. So when you combine the yoga asanas and pranayama, that's the way you breathe. Firstly, that's very, very important that nobody's really spoken about. There's a correct way to breathe on a day-to-day basis that we do, with different pranayamas. There are different techniques to breathe. So even if you breathe right, like 50% of your problems are solved. Sometimes we're just not taking a breath. We're not slowly inhaling and exhaling. Everyone's just breathing really fast. And we have to know that the longer breaths we take, the longer lifespan we're actually giving ourselves. So I think that through the pranayama, through the yoga asanas, and of course, by eating in a healthy manner, obesity and just taking care of yourself is very, very important. They say I have done my yoga training from Sivananda, which is the most popular school in the world, education of yoga, the knowledge of yoga. And they say in that, the health is wealth, peace of mind is happiness, and yoga shows the way. So if you have health, you have the wealth. If you have peace of mind, you have happiness. And yoga is the path to all of this. So this is what I follow. This is my mantra. And I personally share it to all my students who come to me for the yoga classes and meditation classes. And, there are different ways to balance yourself. So if somebody is mentally secure and peaceful and content, automatically their weight is going to shed. That also happens. If you're always stressed or you have depression and anxiety all the time, you do tend to sleep less and eat more, and therefore you start gaining weight, and then it leads to obesity and other health problems, right? Heart problems, etc. So I think that one should start with their mental health, then physical health, of course, and then come to your spiritual well-being, spiritual health. So I think these 3 platforms are very, very important to live a healthy and happy life.
Excellent. Excellently put. I think wonderfully put. We have actually been enjoying your yoga shows also when you come right in the morning. And some of us at least are trying to implement it and see how best we can improve our life, especially the wellness part of it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you soon again.
Yeah. And I will now move on to Kishore. Kishore, Dr. Bhavna Barmi wants to leave early, so probably you can ask the question to her. Kishore.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू. अब डॉक्टर भावना बर्मी के पास चलते हैं. डॉक्टर भावना बर्मी सीनियर क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट, फोर्टिज एस्कॉट हार्ट इंस्टीट्यूट, न्यू दिल्ली में है. डॉक्टर भावना. आप हैं, आप अनम्यूट करिए।
हाँ जी किशोर जी, आई एम एबल टू हियर यू।
हाँ, यस, थैंक यू। डॉक्टर भावना, कोविड के बाद जो मेंटल हेल्थ की समस्या है, ये हमने सबसे ज्यादा लोगों में देखा है, एंजाइटी लेवल और बाकी चीजें भी। तो इसको लेकर आपका क्या सुझाव है, क्या मंत्र है आपका वेलनेस का है, खास करके मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर?
थैंक यू किशोर, आपने बहुत pertinent question पूछा, and I would like to start by congratulating IHL and HEAL, and especially to Dr. Sudeep Srivastav to initiate this very meaningful platform, जिसमें हम लोग बहुत सारे dimensions of wellness and good health के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। और जैसे कि किशोर जी आपने पूछा, कोविड जब एक पैंडेमिक की तरह आया तो मेंटल हेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम्स एक एपिडेमिक की तरह वो साथ लेके आया। और दो तकलीफें जो सबसे ज्यादा उमड़ के आई, वन वाज डिप्रेशन एंड सेकंड वाज एंजाइटी, और एंजाइटी के अलग अलग पैरामीटर्स। तो अब इसका जो निचोड़ है कि हमको क्या करना चाहिए टू डील विद दिस, उसके लिए साइकोलॉजिस्ट्स ने एक हैप्पीनेस की डेफिनेशन को ही रीडिफाइन कर दिया, और ये डेफिनेशन बनाई कि हैप्पीनेस इज बीइंग विद व्हाटएवर इज हैपनिंग। तो एचएपी ऑफ हैप्पीनेस और एचएपीपी ऑफ हैपनिंग को जब हमने कंबाइन किया, जब हमने कंबाइन किया तो हमें आई एक न्यू डेफिनेशन ऑफ हैप्पीनेस। तो हमें क्या करना है, अपना हैप्पीनेस कोशेंट को बढ़ाना है। बहुत सारी टिप्स हमको इधर मिल रही हैं, और उन्हीं टिप्स को अगर हम कल्मिनेट करें तो तीन मेन एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं हमारी डेवलपमेंट के। एक होता है हमारी आईक्यू डेवलपमेंट, तो हमें कॉन्स्टेंटली अपने आप को स्टिमुलेटेड रखना है, अवेयर रखना है, माइंडफुल रखना है। दूसरी होती है हमारी इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट, जो हमारी होती है इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस। उसके अंदर हमारे दो बहुत जरूरी पैरामीटर्स होते हैं। एक तो अपनी इमोशनल स्टेबिलिटी को बरकरार रखना, और दूसरा होता है हमारे एक्सप्रेशंस, कम्युनिकेशन, जिसके अंदर और लिसनिंग होता है कि लिसनिंग इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग and hearing is taking it in from here, taking it out from there. So we don't need to do that. And the third important parameter of emotional intelligence is your interpersonal relationships. COVID ने हमको सिखाया कि social distancing does not mean social isolation, और बहुत सारे तरीके हैं हमें कनेक्ट करने के। तो हमें माइंडफुल होना है कि हम किस।
डॉक्टर भावना, मुझे लगता है आपके ऑडियो में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, नेटवर्क का इशू है, लेकिन जो आपने कहा मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर, और बहुत अच्छा मैसेज है, वो हम उसको समझ सकते हैं।
आई थिंक वो नाता मेरा टूट गया था किशोर जी।
जी
इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट बात मैं बोलना चाहूंगी। मैंने आईक्यू डेवलपमेंट बताया, ईक्यू डेवलपमेंट बताया, जिसके अंदर हमारी इमोशनल स्टेबिलिटी, हमारे इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स और हमारी कम्युनिकेशन, जिसके अंदर लिसनिंग बहुत जरूरी है, इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और तीसरा हमारा डेवलपमेंट रहना चाहिए हमारी स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट में, जिसको हम कहते हैं एसक्यू। एसक्यू सिर्फ हमारे रिलीजियस बिलीफ्स या फेथ्स नहीं होते, ये हमारी पूरी मॉरल्स, हमारी वैल्यूज। और कोविड ने हमको सिखाया कि अनकंडीशनल गिविंग मायना है। तो जब भी हमारा हाथ ऊपर रहता है, देयर इज मच मोर कंटेंटमेंट इन आवर लाइफ देन वी आर एट द रिसीविंग एंड। तो बहुत जरूरी है टू बी एबल टू गिव अनकंडीशनली, खुद को भी और हमारी कम्युनिटी और सोसाइटी को भी।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर भावना, इतनी अच्छी बातें बताने के लिए। अब हम अपने एडमिन से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि वो जो वीडियो नहीं चल पाया था उसको दोबारा चलाने की कोशिश करें।
ये जो वर्क फ्रॉम होम हुआ बहुत सारे व्यक्तियों के लिए, उसमें वर्क और पर्सनल लाइफ की बाउंड्रीज जो है वो ब्लर हो गई फॉर मैन एंड फॉर वुमेन बोथ। ज्यादातर केसेस में एटलीस्ट पहले अगर वर्क एक्सटेंड भी होता था, चाहे 10 घंटे 12 घंटे हो, टाइम एटलीस्ट क्लियर था क्योंकि आप सुबह 8 बजे शाम 6 बजे तक या 7 बजे तक ऑफिस में हो, वर्क पे हो, फिर आपका पर्सनल टाइम होगा। The one difficulty that is so universal is that the boundaries between work-life balance or these time boundaries really got blurred, and employers and teams obviously expect more. The more you deliver, the more they expect. So men and women both have had this huge difficulty, as I understand. But I want to underscore that women and working mothers looking after families in this period actually had this difficulty much worse than even men. Possible solutions, that or for future. One, please assert your boundaries and negotiate, be it with the family or be it with the employer or your team leader. Two, always learn to express, share in one or the other manner. Three, make sure you find your individually suitable buffers. Individual suitable buffers may be internal, may be external. And fourth, never hesitate to ask for help. Ask for help from friends and family, next level counselors, third level specialist mental health professionals. It requires courage and comfort to decide that one requires help and seek help rather than not to seek help.
Welcome back. I will now move on to Dr. Ritika Samadar, Chief Dietitian, Max Healthcare. Dr. Ritika, am I audible? Dr. Ritika? I think we lost her. Okay, I will now move on to Ms. Dipya Prakash, founder, Metamorphosis Wellness Therapist. Now, what is your view on wellness in the light of what Professor Mohit had just said? If you had, of course, listened to him.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shankar, and pleasure to be here. And Dr. Mohit has explained it very beautifully. The only thing I would like to mention or add that we need to understand that we give lots of lecture, we listen or hear so many lecture or discussion about wellness and health. But actually we need to understand whether the person to whom we are delivering lecture is ready to understand. For this thing is very important to make them understand that mindfulness is very important in life. You are supposed to live in the present. आपको बहुत जरूरी है कि आप अपने present में जिए और देखिए आपके surrounding में क्या हो रहा है. Wellness is not only our physical health. Like our previous speaker has mentioned, wellness has 8 aspects. So हमें समझना है मन स्वस्थ तो तन स्वस्थ. और ये मन स्वस्थ और तन स्वस्थ कैसे रहेगा जब तक हमें ये समझ में नहीं आएगा कि this मन स्वस्थ और health is very important for our life. We have only one life, and that too we all are limited edition. But we are not very clear or not very focused what we are looking for. Today, people are believing in doing well rather than being well. So they are just running behind everything without focusing on what actually they are looking for. After certain age, they feel that now everything has gone. They have earned lots of wealth. But that wealth is of no use. So we need to make them understand our present generation, the importance of health, or else they will not be able to enjoy anything in their life that they are earning today. इसके लिए mindfulness is very important और उन्हें ये समझाने की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि वो जो समझते हैं. And एक और जो trend है आज के life में, that is multitasking. Actually this multitasking is killing us. हम इतने चीजों के पीछे भागते हैं कि हम इतना बिजी होते हैं, जैसे डॉक्टर मोहित ने कहा, हम इतने बिजी हैं कि हमारे पास सबके लिए टाइम है सिवाय अपने खुद के लिए। अगर हमारे पास खुद के लिए टाइम नहीं है, अगर हम खुद एक रोल मॉडल नहीं है, इफ आई एम नॉट living a healthy life, then I don't have right to preach or give lecture to others to live a healthy life. तो ये बहुत जरूरी है माइंडफुलनेस होना, समझना कि एक्चुअली हम इस अर्थ पर हैं, तो what is the purpose on this earth? Our being here is what is the purpose? हम किस लिए हैं? अगर हम स्वस्थ हैं तो हम ज्यादा कुछ कर सकते हैं, और जो हम कंपैशन की बात कर रहे हैं वो हम अपने लिए, जब खुद अपना हमारा बैंक बैलेंस हेल्थ का अच्छा होगा, देन ओनली वी कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू सोसाइटी, कम्युनिटी, कंट्री, एवरीथिंग। बट यही हमें सबसे ज्यादा, हमारा वेलनेस का मंत्र है कि हमें सबसे पहले ये अवेयरनेस लोगों में पैदा करना है, उनको ये देना है कि हेल्थ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड यू नीड टू बी प्रोएक्टिव रादर देन बीइंग रिएक्टिव। जब हमें एक हार्ट इश्यू होता है या डायबिटीज डायग्नोज होता है, जब हमारे वो ब्लड रिपोर्ट में आता है, देन वी स्टार्ट टेकिंग ए स्टेप। हमें वो नहीं करना है, हमें अच्छा खाना खाना है। Obviously, one life है, we must enjoy, but we should know, we should be aware the meaning of healthy, balanced diet, doing some physical activity, sleeping on time. There should be certain amount of self-love. It's not narcissistic love, but self-love. हमें खुद को प्यार करना चाहिए, तभी हम समझेंगे कि हमारी इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है। We are ready to spread love to everybody. We are ready to take care of everybody except ourselves. तो मेरा मैसेज यही है कि love yourself, be mindful, and then only you will be able to achieve good health and wellness in your life. Thank you so much.
Well put, Ms. Divya Prakash. I think you have combined, as what Dr. Pandav had earlier said, spiritual aspect or the philosophical aspect is also part of wellness, because it's all happening in the mind.
Yeah,
so
everything.
Very
everything is related. Man swasth to tan swasth, or
yes,
tan swasth to man swasth.
Yeah. Over to you, Kishore, for your question. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. मेरा अगला सवाल डॉक्टर सोनिया लाल गुप्ता से है। डॉक्टर सोनिया।
हाँ जी सर। हाँ जी सर।
हाँ जी। अभी ज्यादातर वक्ताओं ने दो बातें कही, दो बातें कॉमन थी। एक तो अपने लिए समय नहीं निकालते हैं, अभी दिव्या जी ने भी कहा, पहले के भी वक्ताओं ने कहा कि लोग अपने लिए टाइम नहीं निकालते हैं, वो ये कहते हैं उनके पास टाइम नहीं है। दूसरा, फूड पर ध्यान देना जरूरी है। आप मेट्रो ग्रुप ऑफ हॉस्पिटल्स की डायरेक्टर हैं, आप ऐसे काफी मरीजों के संपर्क में आते होंगे। आप हमें अपने अनुभव के आधार पर बताइए कि लोग वेलनेस का मतलब क्या समझते हैं, तन के वेलनेस या दिमाग का वेलनेस, या वेलनेस का मतलब है कि जब बीमार पड़े तो हम डॉक्टर के पास जाएं।
आई थिंक किशोर जी आपने खुद ही आंसर दे दिया कि आई थिंक मेजॉरिटी लोग वेलनेस को यही समझते हैं कि अगर बीमार पड़ गए तो डॉक्टर के पास चले गए। आई थिंक धीरे धीरे लोग समझ रहे हैं कि बॉडी की वेलनेस, फिजिकल वेलनेस एज वेल एज मेंटल वेलनेस भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। अभी फिजिकल वेलनेस पे अवेयरनेस ज्यादा बढ़ रही है, इसलिए हम ओबेसिटी की बहुत बात कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, डायबिटीज, ये सारी चीजें बहुत कॉमन है। एंड मैं एक ही बात कहना चाहूंगी कि ये स्कूल के लेवल पे भी नहीं, ये एक्चुअली लेस देन 1 ईयर की एज पे, आई एम अ न्यू मॉम एंड मैंने इतना डेटा पढ़ा दैट इट इज एक्चुअली इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम शुगर और सॉल्ट 1 साल के कम उम्र के बच्चे को भी बिल्कुल ना दें, क्योंकि अगर हम, बहुत बार एक टेंडेंसी होती है बच्चा कमजोर है, इंडिया में वो एक आदत है जब तक मोटा बच्चा नहीं वो हेल्दी बच्चा नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। तो वन हैज टू स्टार्ट अर्ली। वेलनेस स्टार्ट्स लेस देन 1 ईयर, जब से द बेबी इज बॉर्न, तब से अगर हम हेल्दी डाइट पे फोकस करेंगे उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा। दूसरी चीज होती है कि हम कहते हैं बिजी हैं, एंड आई थिंक सबसे बड़ी गलती हम लोग एज ह्यूमंस क्या करते हैं, हम रोज कहेंगे मैं ना कल से रोज एक्सरसाइज करूंगी, मैं कल से रोज हेल्दी खाऊंगी। वो कल या तो कभी आता नहीं है, या हम शुरू करते हैं 3-4 दिन बड़ा अच्छा सारे करेंगे, आई थिंक सारे मानेंगे, एवरीबडी, वो 3-4 दिन बहुत अच्छे जाते हैं, चौथे दिन पे कोई सोशल, कोई आपकी कमिटमेंट आ जाती है, कुछ हो जाता है, एंड या कोई रिलेटिव घर पे आ गया, अतिथि देवो भव, उस चक्कर में एक्सरसाइज रह जाती है या खाना आपका, वो डाइट आपकी मिस हो जाती है, एंड वो ब्रेक आ जाता है, एंड अगेन यू से चलो यू गेट बैक इनटू द ओल्ड रूटीन। सो आई वुड, वन रिकमेंडेशन जो मैं सबको कहती हूँ, व्हिच आई हैव रियलाइज्ड ओवर टाइम, इज आप प्लान करो, आई विल डू इट 3 days a week। हु इज आस्किंग कि आप रोज करो, एटलीस्ट समथिंग इज बेटर देन नथिंग. वी हैव इनफ डेटा टू शो कि अगर आप 10 मिनट्स रोज आप माइंडफुलनेस के लिए आप मेडिटेशन की बातें करते हैं, आप 10 मिनट निकालिए, मैं तो कहती हूँ हफ्ते में, इवन फॉर माइंडफुलनेस मेडिटेशन, बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा ऑन मेंटल हेल्थ. जो ये सारी मेडिकेशन एंजाइटी और डिप्रेशन में करती हैं, वो यू विल सी विद 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation. Second thing, exercise, physical activity. Tell yourself 3 days a week, I will take out 30 days a day, 30 minutes a day. That's all. Start with that. I think my message here to everyone is, don't, in this busy schedule, in this stressful life, जो मर्जी हम बोले, nobody can escape from it practically, you know, and there's a certain age हम सारे active रहेंगे and we will not have time. So just promise yourself कि मैं 3 days a week भी I'll start taking care of myself. हम किसी ना किसी step पे आगे बढ़ेंगे. And I think वही हमें awareness लोगों में बढ़ानी है. हमारे patients भी जो आते हैं, हम यही मैं सबको समझाती हूँ कि आप 3 days a week से शुरू करो. And I have seen even in my practice that people 3 days a week को ज्यादा अच्छा follow कर पाते हैं rather than every day I shall be healthy. So I think slow and steady wins the race. And that's my message कि धीरे धीरे शुरू करिए. धीरे धीरे शुरू करेंगे, you will definitely reach your goal rather than एकदम, you know, starting, because then it won't be a successful plan.
थैंक यू सोनिया जी, आपका मैसेज लाउड एंड क्लियर है कि आलस करने वालों के लिए अब थोड़ा संभल कर रहना पड़ेगा. टुमारो नेवर कम्स. आज से शुरू करिए. थैंक यू. अब हम चलते हैं अपने पुराने मित्र मिस्टर धनंजय कुमार के पास. धनंजय जी हैं आप?
हाँ, मैं इंतजार कर रहा हूँ आपका.
धनंजय जी हमारे पुराने मित्र हैं, सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट हैं और मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर मेडिकेयर न्यूज के हैं. धनंजय जी, आप बहुत घूमते हैं, मुझे पता है कि आप घूमते बहुत हैं फील्ड में, इधर उधर जाते हैं, डॉक्टरों से मिलते हैं, तरह तरह के लोगों से मिलते हैं, ट्रेवल करते हैं. बहुत से लोग, तरह तरह के लोग आपको मिलते होंगे. कुछ ऐसे भी मिलते होंगे जैसा कि डॉक्टर सोनिया लाल ने कहा कि वो कहते हैं कि कल से हम करेंगे एक्सरसाइज. बहुत लोग खान पान पे ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. आपके बारे में नहीं पता मैं, लेकिन इतना जानता हूँ कि आप भी भागलपुरी खाने के और बहुत अच्छे शौकीन हैं खाना खाने के. तो आप ये बताइए कि आप लोगों को क्या मंत्र देते हैं, क्या मैसेज देते हैं कि कैसे स्वस्थ रहें खान पान के मामले में और बाकी मामले में.
आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. मुझे लगा कि आप कोई दूसरा सवाल पूछेंगे. मंत्र जो मेरा है वो मैं सबको बताना चाहता हूँ. नई दुनिया में जब मैं हेल्थ एडिटर था तो मेरा एक वीकली कॉलम था, रोज ताली बजाता हूँ, रोगों को भगाता हूँ. मैं 10 मिनट रोज ताली बजाता हूँ, ओम का जाप आधा घंटा करता हूँ और अनुलोम विलोम करता हूँ, फिर हेल्थ को भूल जाता हूँ. मेरा ये कहना है कि हमेशा हेल्थ आपके माथे पर सवार रहे. उससे अच्छा है कि 1 घंटा सुबह हेल्थ के लिए बहुत कुछ कर लीजिए, फिर हेल्थ को भूल जाइए. और मैं दावे के साथ कहता हूँ, मैं जब डॉक्टर पुरुषोत्तम लाल जी के पास गया अपने दिल का चेकअप कराने, वैसे ही तो वो देखकर वो डांस करने लगे. बोला आपका हार्ट जो है 100% नहीं, 200% नहीं, 300% सही है. मैं ताली बजाता हूँ, रोगों को भगाता हूँ, यही मेरा मंत्र है. और मेरा ये कहना है कि हर आदमी का अपना मेडिसिन होना चाहिए, डॉक्टर से पूछ के नहीं. आप देखो कि क्या चीज करने से आपको बढ़िया लगता है, अच्छा लगता है, एक मेडिसिन अपना बनाइए. योगा करिए, उसमें जो योगा करने से आपको अच्छा लगे उसको चुन लीजिए. रोज टहलिए, बाग में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. रूटीन बनाएंगे कभी आप नहीं टहल पाएंगे. अपने कमरे में टहल लीजिए आधा घंटा रोज. उसके बाद ताली जरूर बजाइए 2-3 मिनट. तो वेलनेस जो है, ये स्ट्रेस आज की तारीख में सबसे बड़ा रिस्क फैक्टर है. मेरे बच्चे, अभी 3 बच्चे हैं, वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहे हैं, मल्टीनेशनल्स में, तीनों घर में हैं. और इतना मतलब स्ट्रेस को अगर नहीं भगाया गया, और ये कॉरपोरेट में मैं कहता हूँ कि ज्यादा इसकी जरूरत है. लेकिन इतना चीज है हेल्दी रहने के लिए कि कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आप खूब बिजी हैं, आपको खूब स्ट्रेस है, सुबह 1 घंटा आपको अगर हेल्थ के लिए देंगे तो उसके बाद कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है. बताइए, जिस देश में योगा हो, जिस देश में टहलने के लिए बगीचे हो, हैं, वहां लोग हेल्थ के बारे में इतना चिंता करेगा? नहीं करना चाहिए. दिक्कत यह है कि लोग जब कहता है कि मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ, गलत कहता है। वो फ्रेट करने में, स्ट्रेस में निकाल देता है समय, कुछ से कुछ बिल्कुल बिजी नहीं। हेल्थ के लिए आदमी के पास समय ही समय है। और पत्रकारों के बारे में जो आपने पूछा सर, तो आई एम एक्सेप्शन टू माय फ्रेटर्निटी। मैं अपना डेडलाइन ब्रेकिंग न्यूज मिस कर सकता हूँ, 1 घंटा हेल्थ के लिए कभी मिस नहीं करता मैं। मेरी वाइफ कहती है यार बहुत ज्यादा समय देते हैं। हम कहे यार वही समय देते हैं तो इतना बाचाल हूँ, इतना बोलता हूँ है, और लोग सुनते हैं। मुझे हेल्थ की चिंता इसीलिए नहीं होती कि मैं 1 घंटा रोज देता हूँ। इतना ही मंत्र है सर। एक मंत्र मैं सब 1 मिनट 1 मंत्र देना चाहता हूँ कि 2-3 मिनट ताली लोग जरूर बजाएं और 10 मिनट मेडिटेशन जरूर करें, बस। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको। कोशिश करेंगे सुबह 4 बजे भोर उठकर हम भी ताली बजाएं। अगर पड़ोसी हमें ऑब्जेक्ट ना करें, नाराज ना हो पड़ोसी, तो हम भी ताली बजाया करेंगे। और फिर क्या रिजल्ट होता है पड़ोसी की तरफ से भी सेहत और हमारे सेहत की तरफ से भी हम आपको जरूर बताएंगे। मेरा अगला सवाल मिस नाजनीन से, नाजनीन हुसैन।
नमस्ते।
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 सब लोग खान पान की बात बहुत कर रहे हैं और आप फाउंडर डायरेक्टर हैं फ्रीडम वेलनेस के, तो वेलनेस भी है, फ्रीडम भी है। आप कुछ अपनी राय दीजिए।
ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है और बहुत सारे स्पीकर्स ने बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें बताई है। सबसे पहले है कि जब हम खाना खाएं, इसका मंत्र बहुत सिंपल है। अगर हम खाना खा रहे हैं तो अपना एक प्लेट ले लीजिए, प्लेट को 4 हिस्सों में बांट दीजिए। अब देखिए कि एटलीस्ट हाफ पार्ट ऑफ द प्लेट हम हमारी सब्जियां खा रहे हैं। दिस कैन बी रॉ वेजिटेबल, कुक्ड वेजिटेबल। एज इंडियंस हम कार्बोहाइड्रेट फूड जैसे रोटी चावल बहुत खाते हैं, इसको रिड्यूस करके खाली 1/4 पार्ट में हम डालेंगे और प्रोटीन्स के ऊपर हम थोड़ा कॉन्सेंट्रेट करेंगे। बाकी हो गए हमारे हेल्दी फैट्स जैसे नट्स है, सीड्स है, ये इनको भरपूर खाइए। और ये सिंपल तरीका है, बहुत बेसिक तरीका है। अपने आप को 3 क्वेश्चंस पूछिए, क्या मैं 400 ग्राम्स ऑफ फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स रोज खा रहा हूँ? ओके। When I wake up in the morning, do I wish my alarm rang after half an hour, 45 minutes और मेरे को आधा घंटा मिला? अगर कोई सुबह को उठता है और 8-6 घंटे नींद के बाद भी थका हुआ उठता है, तो कुछ ना कुछ आहार में प्रॉब्लम्स है। तो ये 2-3 सिंपल क्वेश्चंस अगर हम पूछेंगे तो हमको समझ में आएगा कि हमारे खाने में जो है कमियां हैं। द मोमेंट हम फाइबर इंक्रीज करेंगे फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल से, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स इंक्रीज करेंगे, ऑटोमेटिकली जो एक्स्ट्रा सॉल्ट हम खा रहे हैं ये कम हो जाएगा। सॉल्ट ऑफ कोर्स पैकेज फूड से तो आता ही है, पर जो हम बाकी का फूड इंडियन कुकिंग में भी बहुत भरपूर सॉल्ट यूज करते हैं। और इंडियन हेल्थ स्टडी जो हार्ट स्टडी है, ये कंटिन्यूस ये बता रहा है कि जैसे जैसे वेट बढ़ता है ब्लड प्रेशर भी बढ़ता है। तो बोथ ब्लड प्रेशर एंड अगर 2 या 3 किलो भी कम करते हैं हम, तो ब्लड प्रेशर अपने आप कम हो जाता है। तो ये सिंपल टिप्स है। कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन योर प्लेट, divide the plate into 4 parts, eat all the food groups, make sure you are eating 400 grams of vegetables and eat your rainbow. सारे 7 colors कहीं ना कहीं से हमको खाने हैं, तो नेचुरल फूड कलर्स लेना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। और वन लास्ट थिंग, एक छोटा सा सॉन्ग है मैं जो गाना चाहूंगी स्पेशली बिकॉज टुडे इज वर्ल्ड हेल्थ डे एज वेल। इट सेज heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and for everyone in the universe. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you नाजनीन जी, बहुत अच्छा मैसेज दिया आपने। Over to you, Mr. Shankar.
Thank you, Kishore. I thought Miss Nazneen would sing the song rather than narrate it.
I think we can all sing it. Yeah, we can all aim to sing it.
Yeah, we'll have it at the end. We'll sing it, and we'll probably have this across at the end. We'll end with a song probably. I could also see Maher Munjal smiling when Dhananjay was mentioning about the thali and other things. I think there's a wonderful message that he had sent across. I will now straight away move on to Dr. Pooja Pandey, physiotherapist and yoga expert. Dr. Pooja, are you available? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry that I had to hold you over for a long time, but usually the pudding is served at the end. Well, What is your concept about wellness and time management? Because I remember in one of your shows you had said if you are a bride and you have a problem, you want to attend to nature's call, you will not wait for 1 minute. So management of time is very, very important. So what is your concept of wellness and time management?
So for me, time management comes from the time I was born, because my dad was in paramilitary, and that gives me a lot of time for myself. When somebody says that they don't have time for themselves, I always ask them, what time do you get up? Because if you are an early riser, you already have, so if you're 5, you already have time till 7, till 8. Okay. And everybody has same set of time. And what we make out of time is completely depend on ourselves. Okay. So one thing is, if you want to get into wellness, you have to give yourself time. Okay. Whether it is physical wellness, whether it is mental wellness, or whether it is spiritual wellness, in anything we need to give ourselves time, and it depends upon you how much time you want to dedicate. Like I want to dedicate 2.5 hours every single day, and being a mother of 2 and running my own clinic and running many other things. I'm a theater artist also. I do Zumba as well, volley class as well, fitness class as well. So I'm literally there and everywhere, and I am still actually everywhere. It's not that when I'm here right now, I'm thinking clinic. I am right now here in front of you. So it's very, very important that to be at the present. If you are at the present right now and not thinking here and there, you can actually dedicate 100%. So when you are spending whatever time for your own fitness, then you have to be there 100%. At that point of time, you should not be like, okay, office ki deadline hai, okay, this karna hai, okay, that karna hai. That hour is for your own body. Okay. So give your 100% is what I want to say.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. I think I still have this thing resonating in my ear when you said you are from the paramilitary background. And I'd also like to tell my viewers that she has 2 wonderful kids who practice yoga from a very young age, highly disciplined children. And I wish she has a mantra for others that who have children and who.
You have to be example. You have to be example for that.
No, example, yes. At least, the others also can learn from your children. I think that's the example that they'll have to have. Thank you very much, Dr. Pooja. I think I'll straight away now move on to Dr. Sunita Mishra, Dean, School of Home Sciences, BBAU, Central University, Lucknow. Am I audible, Dr. Sunita Mishra?
Yeah. Sir, you are audible.
Yes.
Good evening, Shankar and Kishore.
Welcome. Thank you very much. Dr. Sunita, I would like to ask you a question that, in this particular show, we raised issue constantly that came that people didn't have time, and people, they indulge in food even without their knowing, and there is a craving. There is a new science that is emerging that says, there are brain trainers coming in so that they train your brain according to what you have to, your wellness or your eating. How far do you subscribe to this particular view of brain training?
Sir, it is because no one now never wants to go to a doctor. They want to heal with good foods and good nutrition. And how to brain train means you should active your brain with all the characteristics of good health. That means you have free from sickness and diseases. You should free from unnecessary anxiety. So also free from social, psychological tension. Your self-confidence should be your main training purpose for their feeling joy in living. All these are the ability for a very nice, efficiently brain train. And for this, we should need all the things, that is food and diet, exercises, family and friends matters, sleep, stress management, everything. And this brain train, it is not to achieve good health. Simultaneously, we should have this with all thing with interrelationship of nutrition and health also. That is food and nutrient security should be there, care of the vulnerable if it is disease, good health for all, and also safe environment where we are staying. And for this, we should avoid a good right way of eating, right thing, diet tips for maintaining this, maintaining health. And it will, of course, lead to brain training and brain train also. Avoid processed food, pack homemade food should be taken, eat less junk food, and eat a balanced diet. And that also fruits, eat lots of fruits and vegetables, have a routine life, mornings and evening, give at least 1 hour. 1 hour at least in the morning and 1 hour at least in the evening. That is the main thing for training of the brains, and it will work because we are so pressurized with different work. So just to have a good thing, we should cut down caffeine, exercise daily, have enough water, and have that ma'am has used to speak, all types of seeds. These were because mineral, we have needed mineral only 4%. All this, but it is very vital and very vital benefit for that. Have yoga, spiritual, pranayama, all this. All the things will definitely lead to a very brain train activity. And nowadays, the concept is that intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is also, it is nice because having two main meal is good, and gap of about 14 to 16 hours. That also, because no one to be avoid, we should avoid obesity, we should avoid all the, we should reduce our oxidative stress, which is very essential. And to train brain, and all these are the factor, health, nutrition, these, and having a sound sleep, these are the thing. Having alkaline food, what is that? Alkaline food is very benefit during COVID-19 pandemic. That means moderate alkaline, high alkaline, low alkaline food. That means we should take cucumber, we should have spinach, broccoli, sprouts, and different fruits, soya bean, white things, and all white, that is cauliflowers, tomatoes, ginger, all the garlic, they are very nice. Turmeric, these are the things. Low alkaline food, we have zucchini, carrot, red potatoes. These are health food, and this will definitely cool down our health and also benefit our health, and our pressurize of work will lead to, and we can work very efficiently.
Excellently put. I think as what earlier speakers had said, the food also controls your mind. Excellently, very excellently put. Now we have a short video to play in between. Admin, please play the video, and then Kishore will take over.
Thank you.
एक जेंडर डिफरेंस इस चीज से भी आता है कि जो महिलाएं वो अपनी जो भी फीलिंग्स हैं या वो जो भी फील करती हैं वो उसको बयान बहुत जल्दी कर लेती हैं और एक्सेप्ट भी जल्दी करती हैं, जबकि जो मेन हैं या पुरुष हैं उनको बोला जाता है कि रोना अच्छी बात नहीं है, सैड होना अच्छी बात नहीं है, एक वीकनेस है। तो आई थिंक रिपोर्टिंग में भी वो है कि जो महिलाएं हैं वो ज़्यादा ओपनली आके अपने डिप्रेशन के बारे में बात कर सकती हैं, जबकि पुरुषों को लगता है कि ये एक वीकनेस है और सोसाइटी यही सिखाती है कि अगर आप एक पुरुष हैं तो आपको रोना नहीं चाहिए या आपको सैड नहीं फील करना चाहिए, आप स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं हैं, आप में मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है। सो I don't think that depression is gender bias. It can hit anyone. It can hit you. It can hit me. It can hit anyone. I think it is more about being able to identify and being able to having the strength to seek help.
थैंक यू एडमिन। अब हम विचार जानते हैं मिस बीना सहाय का। मिस बीना सहाय एनएलपी प्रैक्टिशनर हैं, योगा टीचर हैं और इमोशनल वेलनेस कोच भी हैं। बीना जी, इमोशनल वेलनेस की सबसे ज्यादा बात हो रही है आज।
राइट।
और लोगों को सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत भी उसकी है। तो आप हमें अपने विचार बताइए उस पर, इमोशनल वेलनेस के बारे में, मामले में हमें क्या करना चाहिए।
Thank you, Kishorji, for giving me a chance. Thank you, Heal Foundation and IHL for organizing such a great show. Basically, sir, आज मैंने सारे speakers को सुना और सब ने काफी अच्छी tips दी हमें, and everybody spoke about how obesity is bad for us, what we should eat, what we should not eat. हमें अपना ख्याल रखना चाहिए, self care, self love, सब कुछ सारी बातें की हमने। बट पॉइंट सिर्फ ये है कि ये अगर मैं अपने 7 साल के बच्चे से पूछूं कि तुम बताओ मुझे कि क्या है, लाइक हाउ शुड वी, व्हाट शुड वी ईट, व्हाट शुड वी नॉट ईट, हाउ इज द राइट वे टू लिव, वो मुझे बताएगा योगा करना चाहिए, हमें प्राणायाम करना चाहिए, हमें ये सारी चीजें करनी चाहिए और हमें ऐसी चीजें खानी चाहिए जो ज्यादा फैटी नहीं होती हैं, फ्रूट्स खाने चाहिए, वेजिटेबल्स खाने चाहिए। बट आज हम इस शो पे एक और उससे डीपर लेवल पे जाते हैं कि हम सबको ये प्रॉब्लम पता है, लेकिन हम उस प्रॉब्लम को डील कैसे कर रहे हैं। हम उस प्रॉब्लम से निकल के, हम सबको पता है कि अच्छी चीजें खानी चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए, बट उस चीज को कर क्यों नहीं पा रहे? Why are we not able to do it? Because our mind is so occupied with our external situations, our external conditions, that we have forgotten that what is the right way for me. अब अगर कोई जंगल में है और जंगल में हम पहले रहा करते थे, अगर शेर आता था तो हम भागते हैं बचाने के लिए अपने आप को, राइट? हम ये नहीं सोचते कि मुझे हेल्दी खाना चाहिए, उस समय हमें ये चीज करनी चाहिए, हमें एक्सरसाइज और योगा करना चाहिए, हम सिर्फ भाग रहे होते अपने आप को उस शेर से बचाने के लिए। आज के टाइम में शंकर जी और किशोर जी, हम ये लाइफ लीड कर रहे हैं जहां हमें ये नहीं पता कि वो जो स्ट्रेस हम ले रहे हैं वो एक शेर बन गया, क्योंकि अब हम जंगलों में नहीं रहते, तो द कुलीग हैज बिकम दैट शेर, सो द बॉस हैज बिकम दैट लायन, एंड वी आर जस्ट रनिंग एंड वी आर हैंडलिंग ऑल दैट स्ट्रेस, and therefore our focus is completely out of what we need to do for our life, right? So that is the main point. The main point is how to bring that focus on our health, how to make an environment which is conducive to bring that change, that I become aware of my health, I become aware that I'm taking so much stress, I've made the boss the lion in my life, and I am giving all my energy to handle that, all my energy, and at the cost of what? I'm losing my life, I'm losing my family, I'm losing my life, I'm losing everything. And the point is that we did not come on this planet Earth just to live 60, 70, 50 years full of stress, right? So that is what we need to learn now. अब मैं आपको बोलूं कि एक सर्जन को बोलिए अपने घर के मेंबर के साथ ऑपरेट करने के लिए, वो कभी नहीं कर पाएगा। Why? What is the reason? Because the moment the surgeon is attached to emotions, he cannot perform to his peak level. Right? Now, this is the problem. We are problems. हमने अपनी problems को अपने से इतना emotionally attach कर दिया है कि we have become a part of that problem. We cannot see that problem from a distance. And the day we have that awareness that I have to see my problem from a little bit of separation, from a little bit of distance, and see how to make this life work, that is when I will be able to perform at the peak level.
Thank you बीना जी। हमें पता था कि आपकी तरफ से एक इमोशनल टॉनिक आएगा, इसलिए हमने लास्ट सेगमेंट के लिए आपको बचा कर रखा था। थैंक यू वेरी मच। और अब हम चलते हैं डॉक्टर सुदीप झा के पास। डॉक्टर सुदीप झा, आप सुन सकते हैं हमें? डॉक्टर सुदीप झा?
Yeah, he's available, but he's on mute.
डॉक्टर सुदीप झा, आप अनम्यूट करिए, आपका म्यूट बटन दबा हुआ है।
I think Kishore, we will move on because it's already time.
Okay, sir. So over to you.
Thank you, Kishore. Admin.
I think Dr. Sudeep Jha is available. Dr. Sudeep Jha, सुन सकते हैं आप अनम्यूट करिए, खुद को अनम्यूट करिए.
हाँ जी.
डॉक्टर सुदीप झा योगा एक्सपर्ट हैं और अब आप हमें 1 मिनट में बताएं कि बाकी लोगों ने अलग अलग तरह से अलग अलग बातें बताई कि वेलनेस का मंत्र बताया कि कैसे स्वस्थ रहें, कैसे बीमार होने से बचें. आप हमें योगा एक्सपर्ट के नाते अपने विचार बताएं.
हम कहेंगे जो अभी बहुत सारी बातें अच्छी हुई है और शायद आगे भी गोइंग होता रहेगा. हम सबसे ज्यादा केवल सुनते हैं और करते नहीं हैं. जितनी सारी बातें हुई है, जितने एक्सपर्ट ने बताया है, अगर कोई एक भी बात अपने लाइफ में अगर इसको चेंज कर लें तो शायद वह मंत्र बन जाएगा और आपका हेल्थ अच्छा हो जाए. तो सबसे पहली बात है, जो जितने हम सुनते हैं ना, उसमें से एक भी पॉइंट करने को होना चाहिए. दूसरा, जैसे हम अपने लाइफ में हर चीज के लिए टाइम देते हैं, हर चीज के लिए टाइम है, और जब तक हम बहुत बीमार नहीं पड़ते तब तक हम डॉक्टर या जो हमको होना चाहिए उसकी बातों को नहीं मानते, जब तक हम बिल्कुल बेड पे ना आ जाए. तो मेरा मानना है कि सबको पता है, हम लोग ही बार बार बताते हैं और आपके माध्यम से भी सबको पता है सब कुछ के बारे में, लेकिन पता होने से कुछ नहीं होता. जब तक आप उसको अपने मन में नहीं धारेंगे, अपने मन में अडेप्ट नहीं करेंगे, ये मेरे लिए है, ये मेरे लाइफ के लिए है, तब तक वह चेंज नहीं होगा. अब जैसे कि हम देखते हैं, हम लोग कई घरों में भी जाते हैं, कई यूनिवर्सिटी में जाते हैं, तो क्या हो रहा है आजकल हर कुछ प्रोफेशनल बनता जा रहा है. वही डाइट अगर हम कहीं जाके किसी सेमिनार में बोलते हैं तो कहते हैं ठीक है, उतनी देर तक ले मान लेते हैं, लेकिन घर में आके फिर वो बात सारे भूल जाते हैं. कैसे भूल जाते हैं? फिर उसी रूटीन में, क्योंकि एक जैसे सिस्टम बन गया है, चेन बन गया है, जो नहीं मुझे इसको तो इग्नोर करना ही है. अब एक सामान्य सी बातें हैं, जैसे वाइन. हम लोग बच्चे थे तो हम लोग भी देखते थे, इतनी घर में पहले तेल की घी की खपत नहीं होती थी, होती भी थी तो ओरिजिनल फॉर्म में होता था. अब आजकल क्या है कि जितनी भी चीज उपलब्ध है और जितनी चीज खाने की है, वह सब हम अल्कलाइन के बदले में एसिडिक कर देते हैं, फ्राई खाते हैं. तो जब फ्राई खाते हैं तो बॉडी की नेचर है 80% अल्कलाइन और 20% एसिड. अगर पूरी हेल्थ को ठीक करना है तो केवल 80 और 20 की रेशियो को ठीक कर लें तो शायद मुझे लगता है कोई बीमारी नहीं होगा. 20% केवल एसिड होना चाहिए और 80% अल्कलाइन. अब अल्कलाइन में बात आती है, जो क्या खाएं सबको पता है, जो फल खाएं, कच्चे चीज खाएं, सब्जी खाएं. हम ये भी मानते हैं मार्केट में बहुत सारे चीज अच्छी नहीं मिल रही है, लेकिन हम मानते हैं जो भी चीज मिले उसी पर जीना है हमको. हम खेती नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन मार्केट से खेत तो ला सकते हैं. तो हम क्या करें, मैक्सिमम से मैक्सिमम चीजों को उसमें हल्का सा नमक डाल के पूरा क्लीन करें पानी से, और फिर उसको उबाल दें, उबाल के खा लें, सूप बना के पी लें. तो आप देखेंगी जो 80% अल्कलाइन की अगर जैसे रेशियो फॉलो हो जाएगा तो हमें लगता है कि दुनिया का सा कोई बीमारी नहीं जो आपको अटैक करे. तो इस पे बेसिकली आपको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा, और केवल कहने से काम नहीं चलेगा, करने से. सबको पता है, शायद मेरी बातों को कई लोग बुरा भी मानते हैं, हर घर में हर जगह सबको पता है. हम लोग भी अब योग में केवल योग आसन नहीं है, आज के जो योग की सिस्टम बन गई है उसमें मानते हैं केवल योग आसन कर लेंगे, उससे कुछ नहीं होगा. जब तक दिनचर्या में मन में योग नहीं आएगा तब तक योग नहीं होगा. यम नियम पहला है, आप टाइम निकाल लीजिए, आधे घंटे योग कर लेंगे, आधे घंटे जिम कर लेंगे, आधे घंटे जुम्बा कर लेंगे, इससे कुछ नहीं होने को है। जब तक आपके मन में योग नहीं होगा, मन में बॉडी की सिस्टम फिट नहीं होगी, तब तक आपका कुछ नहीं हो सकता।
बहुत सही बात आपने कही, बहुत सही बात आपने कही डॉक्टर झा, कि मन में एक डिसिप्लिन होना चाहिए, मन से काम होना चाहिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर झा हमसे बात करने के लिए। ओवर टू यू मिस्टर शंकर।
Thank you, Kishore. Thank you. Now, as a part of conclusion, we have a short PowerPoint presentation about the show. I would request admit to play the PowerPoint presentation. Well, this particular series focuses on health issues. These are all health show series. A series that will come every fortnight, and we will be having expert panelists, KOLs from every field in healthcare to address pressing issues. Short program with high value. And we'll be addressing health issues holistically. It will include mental health, women's health, nutrition, heart health, employee health, yoga and fitness, and much more. IHL Care, this is just the beginning, and it's a vast network of doctors, wellness experts, wellness programs, health tips of the day, weekly wellness e-newsletter, health and wellness online shows, personalized diet and fitness plans, quality health advice and counseling, health events and rewards, helping in health and wellness goals, social media connectivity. So this is all part of the bouquet. Thank you very much. I think it was a wonderful show, and we had a lot of experts. Unfortunately, we ran out of time. We had doctors, we had yoga experts, we had emotional speakers who deal with the mind and the brain. It was an excellent show that was put together, and I especially thank all the speakers who took their time off on World Health Day to put this program together and make it a grand success. We will see you on the next episode, the next fortnight, and we will come with fresh topics and also experts who will throw light on wellness, well-being, and overall health. Thank you very much. Good evening and enjoy your day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar.